Thanks again for watching. My name is Dana and this channel is all about SMS beauty, skincare, makeup, sunscreen. Hello, welcome. Oh my gosh, so happy to be filming. Also, I spent so long getting ready because this is one of my last days before I start my new job. And I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna enjoy my free time. I don't know why I'm telling you all this because this is not what the video is about, but I'm on day 3 of, it's called a fast mimicking diet. No, not diet, fast mimicking fast. I don't know what it's called. Basically, you're trying to, I don't want to use the word cleanse because that gets used improperly, but like I came back from a week-long vacation in California feeling very bloated, feeling very just like lethargic, all the things. And I wanted to be on my best, like energy-wise when I started my new job and just in general. So I have this 5-day fast where instead of not eating at all, of course you're going to be eating because you can't go without eating for 5 days, but you're basically taking your calories down to a pretty minimal number. This is not to say that you should do this. Of course, talk to your doctor before you do it. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. And this is my first time doing it. I'm on day 3. Yesterday in the evening, I'm gonna have a carrot. Like that's me, like being like I'm breaking, but I didn't, and I made it to today, and I'm feeling so much better. It's like so much energy. I've got my tea here. I haven't even finished it, and I'm like wide awake. So we'll see how I feel on day 5. But I just wanted to like fill you in on that. Actually, yesterday I was trying to write notes for this video, and I was like, I can't figure out words. So you definitely go through some ebbs and flows, but I'm on the hopefully upward trajectory right now. Anyway, I'm like still organizing my stuff. I apologize. Today's video is very exciting. I have been researching this, getting the products. I had a lot of them already, and then just like really thinking through and testing them for a while now. If you couldn't tell, this is a video on Tatcha Dupes. So Tatcha is a skincare brand. If you don't know, they make sunscreen. Well, they make sunscreen also, and mostly skincare. It's very luxe, very high end. Also very expensive. It's beautiful, and I've had quite a few other products over the years, and right now I have more than I've ever had. And I was thinking, I saw a post on it. Where was it? I think it's the website Brandify, where they like give you the dupes of like higher end products. And I had so many of them. I was like, this is a great idea, but like let's see if those actually hold true. And some of them do, and then some of them I have found what I think are better dupes. So I did want to like kind of give them the credit for encouraging me and like giving me the inspiration for this video. And I will list the link for that page. It's on Instagram if you want to check it out. But basically I've included everything they said with, of course, my own, I think, better recommendations. So let's get into it. Okay, I've got my bucket of stuff and I'm not going to really go in any particular order. So the first one that they mentioned is the Tatcha Indigo Overnight Repair. So this is an overnight mask. It's kind of what they say, I believe, is serum in cream. It can double as a serum and a cream, obviously, but it's also meant to be like the last step in your nighttime routine. This stuff, I don't know why I smelled it. This one has no smell. This stuff is incredible. I'm going to be inserting just kind of swatches on my hand. I'm not going to be putting each one on my face because it's like 12 products or so, but this stuff is incredible. Like, I didn't understand what the hype was because it's $85, by the way, and I was like, why is it so expensive? But it's one of those products, and I am also making a video on something like this, like overnight masks or moisturizers. It doesn't sink into your skin all the way, which is actually what I like. It kind of leaves almost like a filmy residue. Again, what I like. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I think residue gets this like bad connotation. But what it does is it really locks everything else in, and it kind of forms this film, this barrier on your skin, which is, again, what I love to see at night, basically keeping all the moisture in your skin. And when you do rinse it off in the morning, sometimes like this is one of those ones that I actually use a cleanser for, a very lightweight, non like astringent cleanser, just to get that film off. But it's incredible, and it's $85. And I've talked about this in one other video. I will link it above. I hate to tell you, but this one is one of the ones that I don't think you're gonna find a perfect dupe for. You might find ones that are also pretty pricey, but the ones that I will recommend now are definitely on the like cheaper end, but they aren't quite the same. So that is the caveat. Like this one It's pretty magical. And again, the only ones you're gonna find, in my opinion, that are similar are pretty pricey as well. But the two ones that I found that are like a little bit cheaper, you can tell I've loved this one. This is the Summer Fridays Jet Lag Mask. This is actually pretty new, but I brought it on my trip to California and was loving it. And then this is the Beauty Pie Japan Fusion. Not new, I've used quite a bit of it, you can't see. Also spectacular. These are both overnight masks. They don't have the same serum like serum and cream, and they don't have, well, this one doesn't have that same kind of film that it forms, but it does kind of do it. It's like a lesser version of the Tatcha one. Now, this one is actually one of my very favorite overnight masks, and it is worth its weight in gold. So if you are already a Beauty Pie member, I would highly recommend getting it. If you're not, it's kind of worth the price of the membership. I think you get $10 off with my code. It's spectacular. And they both kind of do the job of at least starting to form that film, which locks everything else in. Now, if you really want ones that are like exactly like this, as thick, I would recommend some of the the SkinCeuticals or the Sunday Riley creams, but I'm trying to get you a little bit cheaper options. So these are my two recommendations. Now, the Brandify website actually said that the Klairs, Dear Klairs Midnight Blue Calming Cream was a dupe for this. So this one I wouldn't say is definitely a dupe for it. This one's $31. Obviously the Tatcha is $85. This one is more like a cream. I don't think it's as good of an overnight mask. I would put this on at night and then my overnight mask over it, but I'm gonna be referencing this in a little bit, so I will bring this back up. Okay, the next one is a cleanser. So we have two cleansers right here. We have the Tacho Rice Wash and then the Naturium Fermented Rice Enzyme Cleanser. So this one is almost empty. I've had this for a while and I've loved it thoroughly. And this one is newer. This is one of the ones that I bought for this video. So this is a decent dupe. This is $14 and this is $35. And this is a decent dupe, but I actually have another one that I'm going to show you in a second that is a better dupe. So this one goes on like a cream, and it does have a little bit of the the rice exfoliation in it, but this one foams, whereas this one has more like a gel consistency with the exfoliation in it, but it does not foam at all. So if you're really wanting one that foams like the Tatcha, this is not going to be it. But it is a very good product that I enjoy thoroughly. I think they have the same amount too. Yeah, they're the same amount, you're just getting it for almost $20 less. So one of the things with Tatcha, and I'll probably say this more times, but the reason Tatcha is so great is because it has this really enjoyable experience. The scent, I mean, most of them have a scent. The only one that doesn't is the overnight mask, but this one has a scent as well. They're very muted, they're very mild, but they do have a scent, and they have this luxurious feel and experience when you're putting it on your face that are just a joy to use. And skincare is a ritual, so you should enjoy it. If I'm gonna choose one for the experience and I don't mind spending a little bit more, I would 100% buy this. It's not that expensive. I mean, $35 is a lot, but I would buy it over this for sure. But now I'm gonna show you a different dupe, maybe even cheaper dupe. Okay, so the kind of dupe, now, if you're really getting serious in the amount of product, this is only, I think, 1.76 ounces or 50 milliliters, where the Tatcha is 120. So you're getting a lot less, but this one is $13. This one is a pure powder, so it actually reminds me of another Tatcha cleanser. I forget the name of it, but this does a similar job where it's actually a powder, you put it on, and then with water it kind of foams and exfoliates. Not foam as in a typical foaming cleanser, but it does a very similar job. It's both of them are rice exfoliators, like enzymes. So I would say that if you're looking for something, it's $13. You could try it out. Not that bad. Of course, when you start repurchasing it, you are going to probably get up to the same price as the Tatcha one. But maybe you don't need that much, or you just don't want to spend $35 at one time. So this is another good option. All right, so we've got, the next one is the Tatcha Water Cream. This is their kind of their daytime moisturizer. I got the massive size. I meant to get the big size of the Dewy skin cream. This is the thicker one, but I messed up. But I do love this stuff. So this is, like I just said, their moisturizer. It's the daytime cream. This retails for $68. I believe that's for this size. This is the larger, 75 milliliters or 2.5 fluid ounces. You can get the other one a little bit cheaper, but this is actually a pretty good deal. Now, the one that the Brandify said was the dupe is the Purito Deep Sea Pure Water Cream. I have demoed this on my channel. I will link that video above. So this one is similar, and this one is $16, whereas this is $68. It's similar in the consistency. It's a water cream gel. It goes on very light, absorbs very quickly, but the Tatcha one has way more silicones in it, and actually, like, well, if you don't like silicones, you won't like this, but it has what I think are kind of like the perfect amount where it really holds and binds to your face. So many water gel creams type thing, I put it on and then it's so, like, it absorbs so quickly that I feel like I didn't even put a moisturizer on. This one feels like it's still on your face a few minutes later. And I think it's mainly because of the silicones, but it's also just a really enjoyable experience. This one does not do that. It really does absorb quite quickly. So if you do have oilier skin, this might be a great option. I wonder, like, for people with oily skin, either they just put a very little on, or I don't know. It just doesn't seem like, even for like what it's meant to do, it might sit on your skin a little too long. For drier type people, this is probably not going to be enough for you, but I do have a few other options which I think are great dupes. So the first one is the Dr.G Red Blemish Clear Soothing Cream. This is, I think I got it for $25 on Amazon. I'll of course link it below. So of course, quite a bit of a difference, but still like mid-range. This is Dr.G, it's a Korean brand. It has that same gel consistency. I find that it does kind of a similar thing as the Tatcha, where it sits on your skin, and I'm saying sits on your skin, and I mean it in a good way. Like, if you don't like that feeling, maybe this is not the one for you, but I feel like it gives me longer term moisturization than something that just absorbs quickly. And this does that same thing. It has no scents in it, whereas the Tatcha does. And it really is meant to help with like clearing redness and inflammation. So if that's kind of like your skin type, this is a great option. And then the other, I've talked about this in my favorites video. I already bought a second one. This is the Rephr, what's it called? Hydration Cream. And this is actually in their concept store, Rephr. They're a brand of brushes. I have some over here. I don't know why I'm showing you. So their concept store means that the prices aren't basically like set. And for this one, I think you can still choose your own price. So you can choose like $1 if you want. And then you probably pay shipping, but not a big deal. And then once they finish the formula and get all the like feedback, then it'll be in their real store. But I would highly, highly recommend picking this up if you need a light moisturizer. This is gonna be basically, well, this has been my favorite one of the summer. It pairs beautifully under makeup. It pairs beautifully on its own. It gives you that long lasting moisture. But if you're in maybe a warmer climate or you just don't need as much moisture, this is the perfect kind of amount. It does have niacinamide dimethicone, which is similar to the Tatcha, Centella asiatica, meadow foam, and then hyaluronic acid. It's just spectacular. Like, I don't know how else to say it. I obviously have loved it and cannot wait to start my new one. Okay, this one was probably one of the hardest. This is the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream. This is kind of a cult classic. I feel like a lot of people have always loved it. It's supposed to be their richest one. This one retails for $68, and so it must be that this size is 68. I forget how much the big size is. So I thought I was gonna love this because I love a rich, really rich cream. I don't actually like it as much because I think there are a lot of other options that are better for less. So I have two in front of me. The first one is the Explosion. So this is supposed to be the dupe. This is what Brandify said. It doesn't have a color. I don't remember it having a scent. The Tatcha one does have a scent. But this one has the same consistency and feel to it, but it has this almost like really fine like shimmer, not shimmer, like we're not talking glitter, but it gives you a shimmery, glowy look. Obviously, Explosion. So if you're looking for something to give maybe like if your skin is a little dull, dry, this could be a really great option. And this is only $20, so very good, very affordable. You can get it at Target. It's pretty spectacular. I wouldn't put it on at night, and that's kind of the only downside. I put this one on at night because it is a richer one, and I don't really want to be like shimmery, shiny at night. So I will probably reserve this for when it gets a little bit cooler and I do need more moisture during the day. But if you have drier skin, this might be a really good option. My other option, which I told you I was going to be bringing back, is the Klairs Dear Klairs Midnight Blue Calming Cream. So this one has almost the same color, and I'm really surprised that they didn't put it as a dupe for this, because it does remind me more. I'm going to try to get both of them in my hand. This one is the Tatcha. It's more of a purple. The Dear Klairs is more of a blue, kind of like, yeah, I guess like a light blue purple. So they're not exactly the same, but they do have the same texture, the same feel. They basically give you the same level of moisture. And the Dear Klairs is $31, so half the price of the Tatcha. So you get a little bit more. This is 2 ounces, this is 1.5. And I do like that it comes in a squeeze tube. You can get it out quite easily, and it doesn't have a scent if that's something that's important to you. All right, so I think that's it. I hope I've given you some options. Like I said, basically all of the ones that are my dupes, either from Brandify or my own recommendations, are ones that I have tried and loved, or I mean, maybe not this one as much. I don't love this one, but I use them all the time. So they're definitely good ones. Now, I will say, and I think I said this already, Tatcha, part of it is the experience, the smell, the ritual of it. And so if you are willing to spend the money, they are worth it, especially this Indigo Overnight Cream. This is the one I would say, if you're gonna splurge on this. The others, you know, give or take. I mean, the rice wash is pretty cheap, so you could still do that. But I would say like some of them are not worth it, and you can get just as good of a product for less. So I hope this helped, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.